Oh no. Yes. Okay. So to let you know, she lost her son in November. So it's definitely fresh. I'm so sad. Is there anything you can say to help? Several things. First, we're going to put a request out there that if he is here or can communicate or be in that vibration, then he will. Now, sometimes when they pass over, it's going to be immediate connection, and sometimes they have to learn. Like when my mother died, it took her many years to learn how to communicate. And then when my sister died, my mother taught her how to communicate with me. So sometimes it depends on the learning level. Now, you might be in the pit of the stomach that I've been feeling. Now, when it comes to sadness, especially when it's fresh experience, when those emotions, and it's because you love so much that there's no place for that love to go, that it just becomes this grief. And even if you have all of these lovely people, things, and animals, it's not, that love is not, is meant to go for the person that's not there. Now, the beautiful thing is that I'm going to ask, because I don't really feel his presence just yet. So I'm going to ask somebody that can be a representative for him. And if they can come through and kind of tell us something that would help you. So we're just going to wait for a few minutes to see what happens. Whoa, my stomach. Okay, so it took me 2 years of getting recovery without healing tools to get to where I woke up one day and realized, how did I get here? And I had already graduated from high school, and I'm already in college, and somebody put me in accounting. I can understand marketing. Accounting, numbers? No. So I changed that course. There's a lot of healing tools we can do. What I want you to understand is when we begin to do any healing, it is about you understanding it's not about separating you from him. Okay? It's not about that at all. It's about taking away the emotional pain so that you can connect clearer with more love. And so that love, when you do send it, you'll know that he'll get it. They do get it. And that's the beautiful part, is that when my boyfriend died, wow, I can't connect. I can't do anything. And a few years later, I'm in a angel class, and then the lady started giving me a reading. And she says, your emotions of pain keep you from actually being able to send that love, receive that love, because it's just a wall of pain. And then I thought, what? And then when I began to, I didn't quite have all of the healing tools that I have now, but I started using some, and then all of a sudden I was able to, and I would hear like the number 143, or this little things. I would see a boombox, and all of a sudden I'd be like, and so these little things, and they were signs, and I'm thinking, wow, I thought back, I had seen them, but because of the wall of pain, there was no way that I could hear. Now, all of a sudden, I feel like an angel or something just stepped right in and said, because they made my wings flutter, he's doing great. So, understand it was the timing. It's the soul knows when it's supposed to go, regardless of the ages, regardless of whether you consciously are willing to accept it or not. But it's part of pulling out of that illusion and that attachment. But your soul immediately knows. Somebody, the angel says that you're feeling really lost. They're making me feel scattered and lost, and that there's no appetite for life, and that unable to see clearly because my eyes are filled with tears, and the bouts of I can be happy for 1 second, and then all of a sudden, bam, the whole story and experiences that surrounded it stick out the most, and then they flood your eyes with tears and your heart with all of this, and they are actually keeping me back from having to feel a lot of an emotion, which I'm not sure why they're doing that, because they usually don't interfere. You know, if I'm supposed to bawl, they'll let me bawl. Ooh, I don't need to fall out of the chair. Okay, just let it go. If I'm supposed to have it, I'm supposed to have it. Not even I'm not. Yes, there's a deck over here. What do you want me to have? I don't know if you work with angels, but it's important that you come in and have that happen. You know, and again, a healing tool. I'm going to give you a quick one that will really make a big difference. But you'll begin to watch. You either accept it or you keep rejecting doing it. And that's because there is a part of you that needs to feel that pain. I was working with one of my friends and students, and a thing fell on her, and I quickly started to use the tools on her. And she's like, oh. But then I watched her face. It's like, but I wanted to cry. So I said, do you want to cry or do you want me to stop it? No, get rid of it. So I did. And then we go a little bit further, and she's like, wow, that's weird that you actually want to wallow. You want to be in pain. And it's so important when you're in the grieving process that you let the cleansing tears come out. You have a whole heap of family, and I'm not talking live, I'm talking non-fleshy, I'm talking spirits that are like, they're showing me this, they're showing me like this, like they're sending energy of love, and right now you can't feel the love because the pain is blocking you from receiving, but they're trying to do their best to comfort you in a way so that you don't. What I want you to do is just placing your hand on your forehead. Now you're going to cover these two oh my God points and the hairline. I would actually go like this because you want to hit that emotional point until you can work on, like for instance, when it comes to one of these, I would say make an appointment, because when you have an appointment, I get to work with you on live video, not here on the screen, but to help you. And we would then notice all of the little things that come up. The card is letting go. And this is the drawn from the other side. Saying goodbye is never easy, and it can make you feel like you are a failure. You might not allow yourself to be persuaded by other people on your own doubts, or to keep holding on. It's important that during the letting go process, you're gentle with yourself. They can't express that enough, that what they're trying to say is letting go of the pain, the letting go of the suffering. You are not to be punished for the love that you had between you and your son. And they're saying that when you let go, it's not letting go of your son, it's that emotion. Just got to verify this for you, because his part was done, but he'll forever be in your heart. He'll be forever. You know, I always tell my kids, no matter where we are, he'll always be in your heart and your mind. Now, if you focus just on the loss of it, you can't remember the joy. And you are meant to keep living and growing for whatever the experience is. Let me just explain something, and I'm going to have spirit. Your soul chose to lose your son because part of your process that you came in to do was the element of metal, and that is lung and large intestine, which is about grief. So you, from what I can see, have had lives, soulful lives, where you were not able to let go of the loss. And because of that, you came in again, and that little soul raised its hand and says, okay, I'll be the one to help. God bless these souls when you see them doing that. Even the asshole ones you bless, because their souls are very loving. I mean, to be able to say, I'll be the bad person in your story. I know I'm a bad person in other people's story, and I don't even know them. somebody always is. But wow, this little soul, this soul, not even little, it's an old soul from what I can see. And it is to learn about letting go of the anger, the contempt about this process. And I feel in a past life you really were just pissed. Why do we have to go through this shit? Why do you have to go through this? And it's an argument that is very strong. And part of that letting go process is not just letting go, but letting go of that particular stuff that keeps happening. All I can hear is saying, I love you. I love you. And I'm assuming that small voice I hear, why hasn't he been able to, because he's learning the ropes, he's learning what he needs to. And there's something, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but something that you guys had, when you start to release the pain and process the pain. Again, this is going to help greatly to do that. And when you're ready, make an appointment and we can really get rid of that emotions so that you can really enjoy the little love that, and that little love, sorry, the great big love, that love that you've had. You can hear it and feel it more. Something about, like, for instance, they're showing me I don't know how old he was. Yeah, you had, because Shira says, yes, I told I lost my son in previous. It's a game. It's not a game. How do you want to put it? It is this pattern of what you two are supposed to learn with each other. And it's happened. You did it for him. He did it to you. And you guys took different positions. You could have been the child. He could have been the mother. There's no such things as that particular sex stuff, that gender wise, to what that's all about, if that makes sense. Okay. So when you're looking at the process, it's good that you have this knowledge. It's also good to understand what happens to the soul after they die. You have to remember, this is just a meat suit or the God suit, and our consciousness is always there, and it signals in to a very specific, he's here now. He says, please learn about the soul, Mom. Learn about the soul. Yeah, and that, yeah, you need to know these things, because once you begin to understand that, then there's this little light of hope that really gives you you need to go eat. Oh my God, you need to eat, girl. Something to nourish the depletion. All right, he's going to leave you little presents. You've seen them. You just may not have recognized, but you've seen them. But something like this is so important for you to understand that the love is never lost. For her, the love was very hard to give to because it's not a solid person anymore. But the love always is felt and received, and it doesn't matter whether you don't see them or not. They are communicating, sharing all the time with you.